Thanks. Can you guys see the screen?
Yes, Andy, we can see the screen.
So I'm a little short of time, so I'll run through this fairly quickly. What I've done is we've kind of taken some of Tim's ideas there around asset management for a financial organization and built out this dashboard. Now, some of the axes are missing. We kind of missed those out so that people can put in their own ideas. But essentially, this is the sort of thing that somebody in an analytical situation would see. And kind of loud and proud in the middle up here, you can see we've got the greatest risk of churn is Stephanie, one of our clients. She's throwing 73%. And one of the questions came up, is drill down a good idea? And I personally think drill down is fantastic. I spent a long time in consulting. I'd create a report for somebody and then they'd look at it and they say, that's great, Andy, but what I really need is, and it isn't that the report was wrong, it's that the report has flagged up some issue or some question in their own mind, and they want to be able to explore that data for themselves and be able to make those decisions and kind of drill down through it. Now, back in the day, a good few years ago, it took an analyst to go away and write that report for you. Now you can actually interface with the applications themselves and find that information out for yourself and start to explore the data. And there's a number of different ways of doing that. So simply clicking on this will take us down another layer, but it builds up a picture of exactly what's going on and how that data has been put together. We've got an explanation here, which is using our AI, as Benazir was saying, to actually give us some explanation as to what's happening. Give us a little more context around the data. I can make my own decisions, but it's good if the system actually gives me a little bit of a head start and tells me what it thinks about the application or the chart that I'm looking at. So Stephanie's portfolio is overbalanced in growth and high volatility. The primary driver of current losses. So it looks like she's had some serious losses. It means that there's probably some frustration with the way that we've been handling her account. And what we've got on the right-hand side here, as well as the obvious little KPIs at the top here to show us how she's been doing, we've got some, we've got some recommendations that actually tell us how we can remediate the situation. And again, that's coming in from our AI engine. So a couple of things that we're proposing is we're going to rebalance her portfolio. We're going to reduce the position in Chevron. You've probably seen those guys in the news recently. They're not doing particularly great. Looks like she's got a large position in Chevron, and we need to refold that into some other areas of growth, probably around the small cap and treasuries. We're also suggesting that we enroll Stephanie into the premium infograph offering, which is something that we send out to people on a monthly basis to let them know how they're going. That's normally an upcharge that we have, but for an important customer like Stephanie, that's something that we might like to do on a gratis basis. And I can view the story and I can maybe share that with Stephanie if and when she's coming in to see me. So again, this speaks to something that Benazir was saying earlier on. We're kind of graphical by nature. Our cognitive nature likes to take in the graphics as well as the text. So the science behind this is that I'll spend a little bit more time absorbing the information that this is telling me. And as a result, I'll get a lot more information. I'll have a better view of what's going on with the organization and how that information is coming back to me. Now we're pretty much on time. I was going to show you guys how to build this out, but we maybe save that for another time. So this is a relatively straightforward analytical type of dashboard that we do. We do build a number of different dashboards. One of the ones that's recently gone out is this watchtower. This is the sort of thing that is a little more, well, it's kind of a combination of both the strategic and the operational. It's kind of operational information that is getting shown up on a big board for a law enforcement organization. And they can actually see how they're doing in real time and what's happening and what's going on. So there's a number of different ways that we can present the information right the way across the board to all of our different users. So with that, that's pretty much all I wanted to show without kind of delving into to how we do that. We'll save that for another time, and we'll look at how we actually get to these charts and this information with our partners at Amtex.